Alright guys, so you saw the thumbnail. I think it's about time I do some live demo trading. Yeah, exactly, live demo trading to show you all how it's done. And I want to show you guys how you can simplify and pretty much make pretty decent trades anywhere between 1 to all the way up to 100%. Sometimes it can be even more depending on which exchange you like to use. Now currently I'm already over 20% on my bonk trade. I'm doing a forex leverage on this one already, which means I'm already up by $20 of my $105 account. However, we're going to go through the KuCoin because I'm currently using KuCoin exchange for my centralized exchange option, because it gives me a bit more option for the meme coins and the lesser known coins, which is pretty cool. I did used to use Binance, but I don't know what happened there. I think I just decided not to use that anymore because at the time it didn't have as much meme or S coins that you can trade with. So we're gonna scour through the KuCoin to find a decent coin to trade now, just so I can show you how it's done. All right, let's start looking. And guys, if you haven't got KuCoin and you would like to set one up, if you go into my description, you can find my affiliate link there where you can receive $250 by signing up by using my referral code. So head on down there and check it out for yourself. Let's start looking for these coins, and I'll show you how I go about looking for these coins. And it's quite simple. Firstly, if you hover your cursor over the coin over here, for instance, you have your search banner. You can hit all, spot, margin, or futures. For me, I'm going to stick with futures because this is a live demo futures account, which I'm going to show you how I trade, and it's quite simple. All right, so we hit futures. Three, two, one. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Right guys, so you have some options here. You can go for your favorites, because once you are in 3, 2, 1, once you have open up an account, you can select all your favorites, so your favorites will appear right here. Otherwise, if you go onto spot, you can find all the coins you can do spot trading with, margin and futures. Now for this particular video, we're going to stick with the futures, and I'm going to show you how I look for coins that are pretty much heavily down and show you how we trade it for a decent profit. So first up, on the futures, you can go to the last price action and you can select here change for the orders of from the ascending and descending in percentage. And if you hit third time, you would actually see the 3, 2, 1. And then if you go back to here, it is this one here, it will show you which one had the biggest percentage in loss. So far that is Meow. That's the one of the meme coins on the exchange. So we're going to head over to Meow. I want to stay away from this one simply because it's literally just launched, or it was added to KuCoin a few days ago. When was that? 5 days ago. So I don't want to trade that at all, because we're just going to continue to go down for me. Yeah, that's not worth looking into. Let's get rid of that actually and search for something else. Right, okay, let's have a look. Right, under futures, anything else? Let's have a look at block. Nope, let's stay away from that too. Merlin, slerf, maybe slerf. Okay, Slurp is looking a little bit better actually compared to everyone else. So Slurp is going to be one of these coins that we're going to be considering for a trade. Let's have a look at what DC is up to. DC could be, but I'm not really convinced with DC in a minute, but we are very close to be in a possible trade for this one. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to quickly draw the rectangular box from here to there, and we just need to see a breakout either from top to bottom. In this exercise, we're going to be, or demo should I say, we're going to be looking for longs rather than shorts. So until we actually cross over this level over here, then we can go in for a trade. Once we cross this level here, we should be expecting a trade from up there, and that should give us a return of 27% move to the upside. So that's not too shabby, guys. So far we'll keep DC, we get rid of block, slerf. I'm already in bonk trade, so this one won't be counted for the video because I want to show you exactly how things are planning out. In fact, I might still show you a demo trade for bonk as well. So we have 3 options. See guys, this is what I tend to do on a day-to-day basis. I will scour through the exchange itself to find out which coins are doing well and which coins are doing rubbish, and the ones that's underperforming has the most upscale, because if it's down by 14, 15, 20% down, then it can quite easily reverse and go back up again. Most of the others, that's not always the case of course, but it all depends on the structure of the trade. So I'm just showing you exactly what I do on a day-to-day basis, so you have an idea how long it takes firstly to narrow down the coins that you like to trade, and then finally going in for a trade. However, stick around guys, because this could be, still, useful. All right, let's check out key. The last time I saw key was in a pretty decent spot actually. All right, so yeah, I should have gone in to this trade as well. I was looking at this last night. We weren't even out of this range, and yeah, so I've missed this one. Possibly when it comes back down to retest, one second, bring out the arrow. Possibly once it comes down to retest back in this zone over here, then I could be looking for an entry for a take profit of this region there. Now if this was to happen, then yes guys, we could be looking at a fairly easy 38% move to the upside, which is pretty decent, especially if you're leverage trading by 2-3x. So in today's video, we're going to do about 2 or 3x leverage, just to show you how powerful leverage can be and how volatile and risky it can. All right, so might be worth keeping this chart open as well. Let's look for another one. Okay, dusk hasn't been too great as of late. Let's have a look. Sorry guys, I'm mumbling in the background. Right. Nope. Let's kind of similar to the other one, but it's not worth it. So which one do I want? I want to get rid of Wojak. Alright, dusk, get out of here. Alright, so let's continue on and see which one that we can find that can be fairly decent one to get into right away, because that is the aim of the video, of course. Don't want to long things out when it's for unnecessary things. Just want to show you how you can quickly get in and get out of positions, and most importantly the trade setup. Alright guys, so I think I've narrowed it down to these coins. So we have 1inch, key, Weef, Slerf, Dusk, so DC and bonk. So far with which one is this one? Yeah, so far with 1inch, it looks like if we're about to jump into this trade, quite possibly from where we are, we could be heading our way back up to around about 26%, which is not too shabby. if we go for, now you know what, I think, yeah, we've missed out on this one. So let's forget about key for now. Let's go into WIF, WIF. WIF looks like we just need to break. No, you know what? That's not. No, I don't like this one actually. Let's have a look at slerf. Slerf is not looking. Oh, actually, slerf is looking alright. Slerf could be a good one as a demonstration. Let's have a look. Right, okay, so we need to break up and above the rectangular box over here for me to consider an entry. Okay. Slerf is looking. Let's have a look. Oh, actually, Slerf is also looking pretty decent spot. Alright, so we just need to break out from this area up here, and that should give us a nice. Let's have a look. Yeah, 46% move to the upside. So we got a few coins here already, guys. So we just need to wait for. We just need to wait for the right moment of entry. So let's start off with, bonk on the perpetual side. Bonk looks like it's about to explode out of here, which is good. I'm currently in a trade already, but I can also open up another one here just to show you demonstrations on how you can quite easily make some pretty decent gain from it. So a quick technical analysis. Firstly, like I said, we need to break out of it. Secondly, we need to create like a level of lines or even a rectangular box so we can mark out the areas which we need to break up from, which is right up here, of course. And thirdly, you want to be looking to get into a trade. So either you can stick and keep with the daily charts, zoom the chart in slightly, but then what I like to do ultimately, because this is a long play, I would need to go into a slightly smaller time frame so I can look for a much more precise entry. And to be honest, we still need to wait until we break up from here. We could say we could enter now, but the problem is, if you're going to leverage trade and you're going to enter now, you could be stopped out down here or much further down. So that means you need to reduce your leverage size trading. Let's say, for example, if you're looking to get into like 3-4x, that wouldn't be too much of a big swing to the downside, because if we pull out the measuring tool, for instance, let's say, for example, you want to do 2x leverage on this one, 2x leverage, which means that your account would be down by 14%. So that's by the power of leverage. You actually multiply because you're borrowing funds in order for you to place this trade. Equally, the amount that you borrow, that's the amount that you lose as well. So if you're trading with a $100 account, that turns to 2. If you lose half of that, you actually lose half of your funds. So just bear that in mind. So what we're going to do anyway, we're just going to wait until we do come back up into this level there. We've still got quite a bit of time for us to reach up to this level, and the reason why I prefer using this strategy is because once we do break out from here, we could quite possibly clear all this invalidation area here to reach up to our targets. So that means if I put a long position on, I'll be looking for this trade from here to there. That is what I'll be looking for. In fact, I am quite confident that we are going to smash through this anyway. So why don't we just enter into a trade now, for instance, and we're going to remember these numbers, right? That is 32% to the top, and that is 11% to this level here, which is going to be our stop loss. Because guys, remember, once you start playing about with leverage trading, guess what? You have to be extremely vigilant and also keeping an eye out for your risk management. Alright, so we just created like a new candle on the 8-hourly chart. This is looking pretty decent. Let's quickly head over to DC and see how that looks like on the 8-hourly chart. Okay, so here we can also put in another trade for a long. I'll enter about here and my profit take will be there. Reason why, because again, if we look further to our left, we have created so many red candles over here. We've gone sideways here for a little while, so this is our accumulation phase, which means the price is just going sideways for a little while, and the second it breaks up out of this range over here, we should be expecting a long position to head back up into this level. Then let's quickly head over to slerf. See guys, it can be quite simple as that, but keep an important eye on your stop loss, because one, you don't want your stop loss to be too close to the price or the price movements, because that way you could be stopped up, before it reverses and go back up again. So you have to give a bit of a wider gap in order for the chart to do its thing. Otherwise, if the stop loss is too wide and you don't keep an eye out on your risk management, you could actually blow your account by not having a stop loss there. But either way guys, this is just some of the chain strategies that I've been using for years that's been really working out for me, and which is why I'm going to show you this as a example. And guys, like I said in my previous videos, and I'll mention again in this one, if you like to learn how to trade the way that I do, profitable on 3, 2, 1, and to be more profitable and have more win rates than losses, then you have two options. You could either go for the Total Crypto 23 trading coach, otherwise you can go for the trade calls. The trading coach would essentially cost you £17 per month, where you get an hour of a one-to-one with me on a month-to-month basis. But to be fair, that's all you need. It's just 1 hour, because in that 1 hour it will give you the tools and the trick on how to place these sorts of trades, for instance. Secondly, you'll be able to learn how to structure your trade, have your own principles, when to enter, when to exit, and what levels to look for before you consider entering to trade by zooming out and check the directional bias and where could we see a possible flip. All of that you can learn from the Total Crypto 23 trading coach, only at a minimum of £17 or $20 if you're from the US. Whether you're from around the world, that gets exchanged into your local currency, and then you can quite easily make that £17 or $20 up just from a single trade by a few percentage up. And guys, it's well worth it, because you will gain so much more value from this one over here, from the most popular membership tier. Otherwise, if you feel that this is too much for you to follow and you can't structure your trade, but you just need like a trade call, you could also go to my trade calls over here for £8.50, $10 if you're from the US, and from around the world. Like I said, it gets converted into your local currency and the value. Either way guys, this one here would give you all the setup. So part of my setup is I would draw snapshots and I'll take little snapshots, something similar to this, and I would also point to an arrow like where you should be looking for an entry and how you should treat your trade in order for you to gain a master profits, like this one for example. So guys, take a look, see if you like it. If you don't, fair enough. At least subscribe, give me a like, and hit the bell notification to be updated with more of this kind of content, so you'll be able to watch along with me and see how I trade. And hopefully you can gain some value from this channel, especially if you don't want to head over towards my Patreon, where you get even more value, where you can do all this for yourself. Anyway, let's get back to the trading. Now let's head over to 1inch. 1 inch is actually looking pretty decent. So what we will do, we will go into a trade for 1 inch. In fact, I can just go into a trade now. My stop loss is going to be roughly around about 13%. And for this one, we're going to do a 3x leverage, which means if it goes down and it stops me out, I'll be stopped out at 39%. Whereas my win rate would be 27%, that's without the leverage. With leverage, 3 times 27, that is 60, 70, that is 80, 84, no, 81%. Yep, 81% up, 39% down. So let's remember that, guys. So for this video, we're going to do a 3x leverage on all these coins. That is not looking too bad at the minute 4. For 1 inch. See, guys, now we just need to be patient with the trade. So 1 inch is looking pretty good. Slerf is not looking too bad, but we still want to see a break up above this level right over here. If we do pull back in much further, which is absolutely fine, it's not too much, it's not the end of the world. In fact, I haven't placed any trade for this one just yet. As a demonstration, we're going to place one now. For instance, I would maybe place a limit order here, but to be honest, I can't be asked. If I have to, I'll just move my stop loss a bit more, and if I need to, I can also add like a second trade to minimize the loss over here, of course. But anyway, let's take a look at the overall structure. So it looks like we want to be making our way at least up until this level there. Now, how does this chart slerf looks like on a daily? Okay, that's pretty much accurate. Right, guys, so as we can see, this is pretty much exactly what I want to see. On the 8-hourly time frame, you couldn't see like all red, but we were obviously falling down, and we looked like the trend was heading just continuously down over here, which gave me the confidence that on the daily chart that this bit here is going to be just completely red, quite honestly. And then we kind of went up, didn't quite retest it there. Instead, we fell much further down, kind of gone sideways here ish for a little bit until we've literally been brought back up again. And it looks like if we do fall down, this bit here should be the next level of entry for short term. So if we do come back down to this level, I might put in like a second trade here, which means I'm doubling down on slerf, which potentially could give us a lot more percentage in gains. So let's head away back down, or should I say, let's minimize the charts. Let's say if we did put a limit order around about here, and we still target up here, that will give me 87%, and that will give me much more room for the stop loss to be below this level over here, which is good because sometimes we might get like a little wick like here, for instance, that's outside the box. So in that case, I want to make sure my stop loss will be a little bit more lower than this level here, the wicks over here, sorry. Let me just do a wide screen so you can see for yourself. Yeah, you should be able to see here, guys, that we have 2 wicks outside the box itself. And if we do come back down into the zone, I've actually placed, well, I'll be looking to place a new order, a second order over here, whilst this one's in play. Because if you do come back down to this level here, I'll be looking to enter, and the stop loss will be here. The take profit will still be the same level of up here. So you can see how powerful it is by having 2 trades open. That's only if you know what you're doing, but for now, guys, we're just going to be focusing on this one instead. So I'm going to delete this one. Let's come out from our wide screen. Alright, so slerf is not looking too bad. It will just take a little bit longer for it to turn around and go back into my take profit area. Whereas 1 inch, how is that doing right now? Okay, so 1 inch is still heading into our direction, which is ideal. How's DC doing? Okay, so DC is not doing too... Hang on a second. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so DC still holding up pretty okay. Check on the 8 hourly. Yep, it's not too bad. And then followed by bonk. Now, how is our bonk doing? Alright, it's pulling back slightly, which is absolutely fine. But I do want to, let me show you all. I actually do want to increase that a little bit. Here, for instance. So I'll be minus 12% times 3, that is 36. I might just do a little bit more only because my appetite, I've got a bit more of an appetite for this trade, which means I can go in a bit more. I do see a wick over here as well, so yeah, I definitely want to pull that back just a little bit more, guys. We just need to sit tight and see what happens between these 4 trades. Remember, guys, it's going to be a 3x leverage, so our returns is going to be a lot more than the standard lot. Yeah, look at this, guys. So from here to there, I'm looking at approximately 43%. That times 3, that's 129%. If the trade works out in my favor. Otherwise, if it doesn't work out in my favor, I'm down 60% of my accounts. But that's fine. I can add more to this position, of course, around about over here, just so I can mitigate my losses. Now let's head our way over to DC. And for DC, yep, we're pulling back slightly, which is absolutely fine, but overall it looks like we still could be ranging it slightly. I was a little bit too hasty. I didn't stick to my rules. See, guys, that sometimes even the best of us, if we do see the rest of the market going up, sometimes I do jump in most of these some of these trades sometimes to see whether this will follow the rest of the markets. It will eventually break up through here, and when it does, it will give me a pretty decent trade, of course, of 30%. 30 times 3, that's 90, and then that is 51 minus 51, yeah, plus 90 up here. So yeah, so guys, I'm just showing you exactly what I am doing. But like I said, if you'd like to learn more in depth and how you can quickly spot trades like these and even more difficult chart price actions, and then obviously head over to my Patreon, select which tier you want to do, and then we will take it from there. But for now, we'll just keep on scrolling and checking what's going on with the rest of the crypto space. We have to also factor in what's going on with BTC, because ultimately BTC will decide. So alright guys, so it looks like BTC, it's not really doing much in a minute. If you zoom out a bit more, okay, so with BTC we are still trying to make a decision where it's going to head, but at least for the short term it looks like we could be bouncing away, or at least remaining back inside the larger rectangular box. That's really important actually for the rest of the crypto space, especially with meme coins, because if you look at the overall trend, it does look like it could be forming a bull flag. This could be the massive move, bull flag heading its way down, something like this. And then hopefully from here, we should be able to see a continuation to retest up here, break this area over here to retest the top of this trend line, and hopefully continue back to the upside. The downside to this, or the downfall, is potentially if you do come back outside on the larger rectangular box to the down or to the low, we could be seeing something similar to, or we could see this move happening where we come back down, break outside this, confirm a retest down this level here, and then if we break down below this, guys, this trend line, let's say the supported trend line, then we should be heading our way back down to the levels of 51,000 per BTC, and ultimately that would completely wreck all of my trades. So we have to use BTC also to figure out what is the directional bias for the rest of the crypto space. So if Bitcoin does pull back quite, big move like this, for instance, from the current price of 64 or 63,000 all the way down to 51, 52 $1,000, then guys, yes, the rest of my trade won't play out at all. So we need to be vigilant also by cross-referencing what goes on with BTC, because ultimately it will have an effect on your trade. Ideally, I want to see BTC at least come back, around about this range up here, and hopefully retest to get above the blue resistant line. But only for the BTC, guys, what I'm going to do, so only for the BTC chart, what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove all the drawings just so I don't confuse you all, and then I'm going to start off with the new ones, but I'm going to simplify it so it's easier for us to follow. The one thing we don't want BTC to do is to break below this level here, quite literally, because if we break below here, like I said a few moments ago, we should be expecting a more painful move down to around about this region over here. So we're going to do another one. Let's widen that a little bit. Right, here we go. Now that is the area that we want to avoid, or at least for now. And we want to break above, ideally, this level up here. So for the meantime, we just want to retest this level here. By retesting this level here, it will take the rest of the market along with it in terms of going up. So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it here. If you do find this useful and informative, do me all a favor, give me a like, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be updated for all my latest contents. If you'd like to see more content like this, guys, then subscribe to me right over here. If you want, head over to my Patreon so you can select which options you'd like to go for, or otherwise you can check out my last 2 videos. Check out for the part 2 coming up for this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.